Hi friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is, I don't know, and I'm not wearing my watch. What are you? The 15th of October. It is probably about 10 p.m. And this is Amy. Hey Amy. Hi. She jumped on my chair. And I don't know if she's trying to get down now. I don't know what she's doing. What are you doing? She's our second kleptomaniac, the one that takes things off counters. Yes, you do. Anyway, now Rosie's looking at me like, you betrayer, Mom. I didn't put her up here. She came up herself. Those two fight a lot. Oh, jeez. Okay. And here's Rosie. Shocking, I know. Anyway, so I was so tired after work today. I came home and took a 3.5-hour nap. Then we ate a quick pizza. It's a flatbread pizza that I sometimes order from Home Chef. And so it was just really easy to just stick it in the oven and eat it, heat it up and then eat it. And so I need to finish my worry worms. So I might be trying to edit some videos and yeah, might try to edit a video or two and work on finishing those. I have fully finished 9. And then I crocheted 3 more bodies last night. So I think I have 10 left to crochet all the rest of the way. I did go ahead and print the shipping label, and I'm going to work on making the 10 and hopefully finish that before going to bed, but I can't stay up too late because it is late. She's just sitting here like this. I don't know if you can see her. Yeah, there she is. Just like relaxing like she's queen of the world. Anyway. So I'm going to work on doing that. I literally just actually rolled off the dog hair from me. And now, Rosie, I think you've put more on Mom. Now I have to do it again. She doesn't care. Look at her. She's just like, I'm Rosie. This is my lot in life. I am to be pampered. I love you. But you didn't share your pizza with me, Mom. No, I didn't, Rose. Okay, lay down. Sit. Oh, she jumped off. And now she's looking at me like I need backup. Rosie, I didn't push you off. You jumped. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll pick her up in a minute because I wanted to open today's yarn really quick so I can get working on what I need to get working on. Ooh. There's a bunch of really fall colors in this one. So some red. This black coal color has been in almost every one. Not all of them, but so there's some yellow. I thought I saw a tiny bit of brown, like maybe where the dye has broken a bit. Anyways, this one is called Cave of Wonders. I really like that. I am really enjoying this year's Advent. Oh, I can always use another pair of scissors, and actually, I've been needing one with a tip cover because the one I put in my bag is just a pair of snips. Here, let me show you. I've been carrying around this bag with me to work every day because it's big enough to fit a ton of skeins of Care and Simply Soft so that I could, you know, work on it like I ever even had time. But anyways, so this is just uncovered, and these have not been snipping very well, and they used to. So I've been really disappointed about that. Um, but so I'm going to transition to these ones, and I will be putting those as my new yarn scissors because I don't like to have the same scissors for yarn and for cross stitch because yarn is just thicker, and I found in the past that when I've tried to use the same pairs, it eventually stops clipping as well for the cross stitch threads. And I think maybe the yarn starts to eventually push the joints further apart. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. That's just a guess. Um, but anyway, so I'm really excited to get a pair of scissors. And let me put those in there. We have 2 days left of the book fair. We have reached a total of $2,200, which is no bueno. I need to get to 3,500 or we're not going to be able to keep half of the proceeds as Scholastic dollars, which I need, because that's the only way that I get new books for the library. And there's several series coming out that sorry, excuse me. There's several series coming out that the kids want the new books. So there's a new Diary of a Wimpy Kid, pretty sure new Dog Man, probably new Babysitter Clubs, and the kids love those books, and I need to keep up to date with them. And then I really need to refresh our nonfiction section. There's a few areas that are quite old and out of date. So, I mean, we have books that still have Pluto as a planet, which in my heart it will always be. But we need to update that. The kids love to check out planet books. So, anyway, enough rambling because I need to get going on these things. So, I will chat with you guys later. Hopefully, I will get a video edited and uploaded soon. I know I've been saying that. You guys don't know I've been saying that, but I've been saying that for quite a while now. So, anyway, I just need to get working. So, I will chat with you guys in a bit and hope that you are having a fantastic day, and maybe I will be able to finish this. Okay, bye. Hi friends, it is 2 a.m. and I need to go to bed. But I said I'd come back with an update, so here I am. Did not finish because I thought I only needed to do 10 more, but I had counted wrong. Hey, think I had to do 13. And once I realized that, after I'd done 7, because I was going to try to do the last 3 to have all their bodies ready, and then tomorrow just be able to sew in the ends really quick and put on eyes, because I only have 3 classes scheduled on Thursdays. Anyways, once I realized that, I was like, no, that's going to take another hour. Then I'm looking at 3 a.m. before going to bed, and I need to get more than just 3 hours of sleep, even if I did have a nap today. But I feel like hopefully I'll have breaks in my schedule that will allow me to do this. So, this is the first 4 colors I did. I always love to do the pink one because it's just so bright, and I think it's really fun. These are the last 3 I did. And those are some fun colors as well. I need to put those away in my box, but I have enough colors in my bag so that this customer will get a different color for all of hers. However, the customer that ordered 60 will not. I'll be doing 2 of 30 colors. And what I'll do to make sure they're all unique is I'll put different eye sizes on both of. I have 3 eye sizes I generally use. And so I'll make sure that each of the same 2 colors have 2 different eye sizes, and then they will all be unique. But I mean unique to that order, uh not to worry worms in and of itself. I have enough yarn in my bag to start working on that project once I finish the lot for this first order. And then I put like the shipping label and the bag to ship it in. I put it all in there. And so if I'm lucky and manage to finish before being off work, we can drop it off at the post office. So here's to hoping. I don't always get the time I hope I do during the book fair. I never take an official lunch break. I don't get a break. And so I don't feel like there's anything wrong with working on worry worms when I get a chance, because I don't really get a chance. Anyways, so I want to talk about 2 other things really quick before going to bed. I'm getting a little burnt out on my Halloween project, even though I haven't worked on it in days, which happens to me when I try to go monogamous for too long. I can't do it for stitching, or knitting, or I can do it for quilting, actually. I don't like to have more than one quilt project going at a time. It gets me confused. So quilting is the only craft that I can stay monogamous on. Knitting, crochet, stitching, no. But so I've decided to try something different. And I haven't told Kitty this because I was only just thinking of it yesterday and today. Because I am doing the countdown with her. So I'll text her in the morning. Anyway, I've decided to assign different days of the week categories, and this is what I will be doing for the rest of this month and November. So, I have 4 days that I'm going with an alliteration theme, and 2 days I have as my free choice. And then if this works okay, I'd like to continue it into next year after Vlogmas is done. Excuse me. Whew. Okay, so I wrote down the days here. And then over the next, so I want to start this next week. So over the next, hopefully, little bit that I have some free time, I'll go through my WIP list and assign projects in the categories. But so Mondays I have down as Monopoly Monday, and that is when I will work on Mondays on the projects for my Monopoly boards, not the actual Monopoly project. But I am still hoping to make it through a round of Monopoly each month in the future. Clearly, this season, the fall season, is not a good one for me, just because I do Vlogtober, I do Vlogmas, so it's difficult. But so going forward, excuse me, I hope to be able to stick to and do a round of Monopoly. I think both of my Monopoly boards had 7 projects chosen in the first round, and so, for cross stitch, that's about 3,500 stitches because each square is about 500. There's some exceptions and other kind of things, but we're talking about between 3 to 4,000 stitches a month on Monopoly projects. On Wednesday, I put Witchy Wednesday. I'm going to pick one of my Halloween projects and work on that every Wednesday until it's completed. So I'll probably stick, excuse me, to this Halloween countdown. However, I am toying with doing the Halloween Quaker because I'm pretty close to being done with that. And I have a few projects that I'm pretty close to for Halloween. Halloween rules, I only have like 3 more rules, and those are pretty quick. And then I have a Halloween piece from Frosted Pumpkin. The Christmas one is Merry and Bright. What is the Halloween called? I don't remember, but I think maybe a half, maybe a third done. I don't know. And then I've got the advent calendar, which I'm 20 something percent done, I think. But actually that number is probably really wrong. Maybe it's 12%. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. So that's Wednesdays. Fridays is going to be Family Friday. So I will pick I'll spin a wheel to choose what family member I'm working on their project for that Friday. And I have projects for my mom, my dad, my 3 sisters, my aunt, my husband. So that's 7 possibilities. So I'm calling it Family Friday. Then I've got Santa Saturday. So that's going to be any Christmas related projects. Santa doesn't need to necessarily feature on it, but yeah, just a Christmas theme project. And I have so many of those that, like, honestly, maybe I'll pick the one that's closest to being done or something. And then I have Seasonal Sunday. And so for each Sunday, hey, Santa, of a season, I will work on the same project. Um, I might not necessarily, at first I was thinking Celtic ladies, but I think I'm gonna include like some of those tiny towns. You've got like the Thankful tiny town, so maybe I would work on that during November. Because that's when Thanksgiving is in America. You've also got like the patriotic tiny town. Hi, Sansa. Patriotic tiny town, and that I would maybe work on during July. But I also have all 4 Celtic ladies that I need to work on. I also have the 4 seasonal queens from Mirabilia. I have seasonal quilts as well. I have a lot of seasonal pieces, but I want to kind of like focus down on one and like work instead of switching a different project each week for seasonal Sundays, focus in on the same one and be able to make some good progress. And that's why I was leaning towards the Celtic ladies. But I might do a mix of the Celtic ladies and the tiny towns. Just because I think the tiny towns are so cute and I want to work on them. And that leaves Tuesdays and Thursdays as my free choice day. And that could be like if I'm falling behind on monopolies, if there's a project that really catches my interest, if Kitty and I are going to do a special stitching day on something, or maybe I'm feeling like one of my whips, maybe I want to spend extra time on a family project, things like that. And the part of the reason why I chose Tuesday and Thursday is because one, I was struggling with alliteration for Tuesday and Thursday. But the second reason is because I have my crochet academies on Tuesday and my kindergarten, first grade art clubs on Thursday. And so I'm already feeling pretty worn down. And so I don't want to necessarily like force a theme on myself. I want to kind of have some chances built into my schedule to be free to choose what I want. And so those are my plans right now. I do plan on using wheels to create some randomness in my life. I do have one more family project for one of my South African aunts, and that could make it 8. And then I could roll a D8 to choose that, which could be fun because then it's not just wheels, because I don't trust the wheels to be truly random, honestly. That's an issue I have with many of the wheel randomizers. Yes, my dear. She just did like a big dramatic sigh. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, Sansa girl. um, I do have these tiny little notebooks that are like seriously like about this big, and I want to make up one for each of my 2 Monopoly boards, so that I can keep track of the rolls and things like that. Because I had put it on Post-it note or a um, index card, and my dastardly little monkey monsters stole the Post-it note, chewed on it, and I couldn't read everything I'd written. And then I was trying to work from memory, and I also went back to a past video and like paused it on the screen so that I could copy down what I'd written. And so it was a little bit irritating. And plus, I don't know what to do with these tiny little notebooks um, that I've bought twice. Like it's like a set of like 10, and I bought it twice. So I keep like thinking I'm gonna use it. Here, let me show you. There's one right up there. Let me just grab it. So this is one. So this is the size of it. And it's about yay thick. So it's not like massive. And I had been planning on using this when I was doing the Harry Potter school. However, I quit. So now I need to see if there's any way to erase that, because I've only used literally one page. But so the pages are like this, which is enough to write one round in it. And yeah, so that's one thing I'm thinking about doing. I'm also thinking for projects that for the this one, that I might do, like if they're in one of my what is it called? Because I'm very bad at making myself work on something until it's all the way completed. So if it's in one of my like tracking apps, like Markup RXP or whatever, once I've done like 10%, then I can change projects if I choose. So that's one thing I'm toying with the idea. I'm still trying to like really pin myself down on all my kind of plans, but I am needing a change. And so this is just what I'm gonna think to try next. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. A lot of times for me, the fun part is the planning part, and not necessarily the executing part. Sansa, where did you get these little knots? Thought mommy cut them out. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to do with you guys, and it's because I haven't done it with you guys yet, and I haven't like been treating myself like I said I would, and it is the Kinder Joys Harry Potter, and this is actually only the second one I'm opening, so I thought we could open it together, and I would eat my little Kinder Joy treat, and then go to bed. So, when you open the egg in half, you pull it apart, you've got two sides. This folds into like a little scooper for the treat itself, which is on this side, I think. So I'll show you what that looks like. You just peel it back. Yep. And it's just this little treat in here. It's not huge, but it's enough for like a little, and I'll pull out a scoop so you can see that it's not all white. It is chocolate or Nutella. I think maybe Nutella. Anyway, so that's the one side. On the other side, there's always a little toy. And this is Harry Potter themed. Ooh, we have Hagrid. Nice. So it comes with a little paper that tells you how, well, it doesn't, there's no words. There's pictures, kind of like IKEA, that show you how to like kind of put it together. So there's that. And then this came with a front and a back, and then like a little string that you could use, kind of like a tie. I'll mess with that later, but you just stick the two together. Hang on. And just kind of clicks together like that. And then you've got Hagrid. Anyways, so that's really fun. And I'm trying to think of, did I put my other one at school? Maybe. I don't remember. Because it's been like 2, almost maybe 3 weeks, so I don't remember. I guess 2 weeks, because we're not yet, we're only on the 16th of the month. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my treat, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And oh my gosh, I talked for 20 minutes when I needed to go to bed. Jeez Louise, I'm the absolute worst. Anyways, oh, part of the other reason why I wanted to switch up what I'm doing is because the cross stitch for the cross stitch for this month is those are really time consuming stitch heavy blocks, and I have not been having time to work on any of my yarn projects. And then also we're getting up to the point of time when we should be on the 19th, we should start working on my sticker pixel one. And I really want to be able to do this because I did take a little preview of number 19. And so that's what it looks like. And this should totally be doable in a day. Is it zoomed in? Yeah, there we go. And so, um, I'm thinking clearly that's a pumpkin. Anyways, once you do all the days, this is perforated around, so you take it off, and then there's a larger design underneath, and I haven't peeked at that. I don't know what it is. I only opened number 19, so I could see, like, how stitch heavy it is, and it's not bad. Um, so I'd really like to work on this and do it. And I'd like to be able to work on my Sherlock Holmes or other things. Um, and I need to start, if anything, the Halloween one taught me I need to prepare better for the Christmas one if I'm going to have any hope at working on that, because I need to have all the frames done. Because now I'm at a point where basically all my stitching time is basically just doing that day's frame, and that's boring. So it's not motivating. And so that's part of why I'm needing / wanting to mix it up. Yeah, so that's where things kind of stand. Um, what I might do is work on some of those smaller Halloween projects, and then um work to have all the frames done on this one ahead of next year, and then finish them up next year. So yeah. Anyway, I will chat with you guys more tomorrow. Um, hopefully I can not be too tired, and I can get those worms done and then get a start on the next 60 that need to be done. So yeah, chat with you guys later. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is 10:18 p.m. on October the 16th, and we've only just eaten dinner. We've probably been home about half an hour. And that is because after work we went to the grocery store, where our pharmacy is at, and we got some prescriptions, and then we got a few groceries, and then we also they have a walk when no, I think it should be walk Wednesday, but they have hot walk Thursday, and for $8 you get chow mein or fried rice and 2 entrees. So that's a pretty good deal. We usually don't remember about it, but since we were in the grocery store and we saw it, we are like, yeah, let's just do that for dinner. So we picked that up, and then my husband, we realized that he wanted to go to the hardware store to get some zip ties to hang some banners for me for tomorrow. Final day of the book fair, but it is our school's harvest festival, and so we'll be open for the book fair during harvest festival. And so he wanted to kind of make it more prominent, because we're not on the main drag for where the harvest festival will be. So in the past, people entered passing straight by the library to get to the carnival part, and we got a lot of traction and business during harvest festival. Last year, our school put up a fence or a gate or whatever, and the PTO had people come in through a different entrance, and we got hardly any sales, which was really quite disastrous. We have not yet passed our minimum needed to keep half of the profits for the book fair. We're about $200 away, which we should be able to make. If worst case scenario happens, my husband will be buying me $200 worth of books for my personal collection just to reach that number. But I don't think it will have to come down to that. But anyway, like seriously, 3,500, that's the minimum. before last year's fall book fair with the Harvest Festival, our lowest was like $8,000. And right now we're sitting at $3,333. So it's not great. Not great at all. We're looking possibly in the future to change when the book fair is held because it's no longer benefiting us to have it during well, we'll know for sure after tomorrow, but our presumption is that it's no longer benefiting us to have it the same week as the Harvest Festival. And because this is the week right back from fall break, it's making it more difficult because no one remembers for Monday, like at all. And then Tuesday, the rumors are still just getting out and circulating that the book fair is happening. And so, and then since they're not passing by the book fair to go to the Harvest Festival, um, we're more like an afterthought, and they've already spent money on food and activities and entrance and all that kind of thing, that it's kind of like, we don't need to go to the book fair. So, um, like I did not get into this job for sales, which is why I hate that I have to think like this, because I need to push sales. I need to get sales because that's the only way I get the funding for new books. And I am quite worried that I'm not going to have the funding for books this year, um, for the new books that I know are coming out. And so I am really quite anxious and nervous about it. Um, so that's where that is. Tomorrow is also picture day. Um, so I need to get my beauty rest. I look dreadful in last year's pictures because the first 2 years, no one told me that I was supposed to get my picture taken for picture day. And so I didn't. And yet last year, they were like, you need to go. Like, I was doing the book fair because it was the same week as book fair also last year. And someone was like, you need to go get your picture taken and I was like, oh, I thought that I didn't do that because I'm not a teacher. And there's kind of this whole thing where like classified staff are kind of viewed as second class citizens, and it sucks. It really sucks. But I still love my teacher friends, but I don't think that they realize that they do this. But anyways, that I love my coworkers. I do. I just think it's like kind of ingrained in the system, um, that you're not a teacher. Um, so, anyways, as if like I didn't love the kids and put my heart into the job too. Doesn't matter. Okay, it's not about me. That's what I have to tell myself. It's not about you. It's not about you. And it's about the kids, and it's about doing what I can for the kids. And yeah. So, anyways, um why am I even talking about this? What got me started on this subject? Oh yeah, I don't like sales. Um, but yeah, so I I think we'll pass the 3,500. It's just when we got last year, we got like 5,000 or 5,500. And then they told us for this book fair that they would be taking away like half of our carts because our sales had dropped. And I was like, that year's just an anomaly because the fence had just gone up and parents didn't know what to do about that. And also the principal had made really strict rules and all these kind of things. Look at our spring results, which was like 9,000 maybe. I was like, look, all of our past ones, this one was just an anomaly. Maybe it's not an anomaly because here I am again and possibly having done worse than last year at the same time. So, um, at least I'm going into this one having had a bad feeling from the beginning. Last year at the end, I sat in my car with my husband and, well, I guess it's his car, but anyways, and cried for like half an hour after the final day of the book fair because I felt like a complete failure. It was really quite bad. But hey, no, thank you. Anyway, so I just ate my dinner and I wanted to open number 16 with you guys. And I think this one marks the halfway point. I think we've done 15. There's 15 left to do. And this one is the actual halfway point. So let's see what it brings. And, ooh, look at that. It's called Kingslayer's Trove, and I really like that. So in terms, oh, I think there's an extra. There is. Oh, man. It's a cherry ring pop. I don't know the last time I had a ring pop. That's so crazy. No, I was going to say something and I've forgotten. I don't remember. Kitty and I were talking about fabric for our Christmas advent. She is leaning towards Picture This plus Gothic, and I am leaning towards, we're talking about it. It's a dark blue one by Picture This plus. And I'm thinking about getting it on 18 count Aida. I normally stitch on even weave, but I was feeling like trying Aida again. Anyway, I better stop rambling because my phone is actually about to die. And last time I filmed when it was this close to dying, I lost the footage. So I'm going to go now and I will chat with you all later. Bye.